sadly, young kids sometimes die because they're left in cars and they don't realize that it's going to be hotter in the car than it is outside. So, Dr. Quinn, take us away on this topic.
Yeah, this topic right here really just broke my heart, because in my research, I actually watched a lot of YouTube videos of parents that have lost their children. And these parents were so overwhelmed with emotion understandable. I mean, it's just devastating to lose a child. I mean, the bottom line is, I want to read you a stat. Since 1998, more than 960 children have died from vehicular heat stroke, an average of 37 children per year. And 53% of the incidents involve a parent or a caregiver forgetting that the child was in the car. So what I did a little deeper search, and I found out that 25.29% of the children gain access to a car. And I remember when I was a kid, and we used to play in the neighborhood, and maybe there was an old abandoned car, and sometimes we get in that car. Maybe the car you get in and you can't get out. And this happened to about 25% of these children that lost their life. So if any parents have any cars on their property, make sure that that car does not have the access for children to wander into the car. And then 20% were left knowingly. And when interviewed, these parents, it was revealed that they had depression or some kind of psychological illness where they didn't want the children anymore, and they left them in the car on purpose, which is horrible. But what's so significant is over 50% of the parents, when they reported to the police, they didn't remember that they had the children with them. They may have been on the phone, on Facebook, and went into Target, and they just didn't remember they had children in the car. They forgot.
You know, Dr. Quinn, it's really funny. You know, I always go home sometimes and I got to go grab something, you know, whether it's for work, whether it's for, you know, whatever. I'm going to the pool, and then I forget my towel anyways. And it's like, how did I forget my towel? And it's like, because I was on the phone talking to somebody, and then I just forgot my towel. I forgot my belt for work. You know, I have my belt on. But, you know, sometimes you forget your belt for work, and it's really crazy. So I guess, you know, what are the suggestions? I mean, I think the first one's probably got to be that don't leave your kids in the car, just bring them in.
Right. That's why WJTV is so good for allowing this segment so parents could be mentally aware that this is something that happens. Now it's at the front of the mind, and if they go to Target or Walmart or Kroger, now they're thinking about this and they remember, and they're like, oh, hey, Janet, I see you back there in that seat. And there were even suggestions that I found online, like, if you know you're somebody that's easily distracted, maybe you could do things to help yourself, like maybe leave one of your shoes back there with your kid. They said the left shoe. So if you get out of the car and you have one shoe on, then you know you forgot something. You forgot the baby back there. So just know that it takes very little time. It could be as little as 10 minutes, where if you leave a child in the car, if you leave the window down a little bit, the car can still get very hot, especially here in Mississippi. So don't leave the child in the car. You're thinking you're just gonna go in there and pay for the gas. You might get in there and you start talking, you get a phone call, you get on Facebook or Instagram, you start watching WJTV live stream. It's so interesting, you forget. So remember, don't leave your children or your pets in the car at any time.
Dr. Quinn, thank you so much for giving us this info. We always really appreciate it. And I think at the end of the day, people don't realize how hot it really can get in those cars. It becomes a sauna. And if you've ever been in a sauna at a gym, you realize how bad you feel after 10 minutes. Imagine a small child, and they don't really have a way to get out of that situation.